All righty. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for attending. Let's get real about reels with our very own Lila Monahan. Here while we're waiting for people to, well, that is not the best picture of me. While we're waiting for people to show up, enjoy. So Wingnut Social is a digital marketing agency for interior designers and architects and to the trade home furnishings. And we do a pretty damn good job on behalf of our clients, if I do say so myself. But you know what? Don't just take my word for it. Listen to Julianne Hendrickson of Hendrickson Interiors out of Tampa, Florida.
Hi, I'm Julianne Hendrickson with Hendrickson Interiors. I've been a Wingnut Social client for almost 2 years now. I'm so thankful for Wingnut. When I first started using Instagram myself for my personal business, I didn't know who my core audience was, and I didn't know how to use all the special features on Instagram. Wingnut Social is an expert in doing both things. They have taken my social media and they have made it something that I could not have done myself. I am so thankful and have no intention of not using them for a very, very long time.
Thank you so much, Julianne. We love having you as a Wingnut Social client, and we're so happy to see all of the success that you've achieved over the past 2 years with us. So if you guys want to achieve some similar success with your digital marketing for your interior design firm, your architecture firm, or your to-the-trade home furnishing situation, give us a call at 786-206-4331 or check out the website, wingnutsocial.com. That's wingnutsocial.com. Just hit that let's chat and let's see how we can help you. What a professional production. So, guys, for the uninitiated, my name is Darla Powell. I'm the Grand High Poobah here at Wingnut Social, a digital marketing agency for you guys. If you need help with your digital marketing, please head on over to wingnutsocial.com. We're happy to help. Also, if you haven't checked out our new YouTube channel, right, designed by Wingnut Social, we did a name change. Go and subscribe, like and subscribe over on our YouTube channel to Designed by Wingnut Social. You get to see me be ridiculous on camera and the guests on camera as well. Wingnut Academy still coming soon. That's Instagram for interior designers. It's going to be worth the wait. I promise. I promise. Oh, here's the YouTube still. Thank you, Emily. I always do that backwards. If you're out there watching this in real time, take a screenshot, share it on social and tag us, and we will share that to help extend your reach and engagement just so we can see who's here and enjoying this webinar. We really do appreciate it. So enough about that. Let's just get straight to the matter. That's what you're here for. I'd like to introduce our very special Reels expert and Wingnut, Lila Monahan. She's going to be taking the helm of this, and you guys are in for a treat. You're going to learn a lot. So the actual presentation is about 45 minutes. Questions will be at the very end. Any questions that you have, please put them in the Q&A. You'll see at the bottom down there, not the chat. And you're probably going to have a few. But without further ado, you guys are probably sick of hearing me. Here is Lila Monahan. Lila, take it away.
Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. So we're just gonna dive right in. So to start, we're gonna be going over the importance of Reels, what they are, how they will affect your business and help them grow, and how to go viral, how to film your videos and things like that. And then when we're done, we'll do the Q&A. So to start, what are Reels? Reels are going to be these video platforms that are on Instagram. They're about 15 minutes in length max, but we recommend that you do no more than the 90 seconds, which is in Instagram, and we'll go over that. It's a vertical video format. So it's going to be going your full screen length without turning your phone. And then we have audio, which we recommend using the trending sounds. And then all of Reels, if your page is public, will end up on an explore page of somebody's Instagram, which is a really great way to expand your reach. So why are Reels great for business? So research says that Reels are currently the best way to reach an audience in an authentic and highly engaging way. You can really show who you are by using video rather than just a simple post. Additionally, the benefits are that you are going to get brand awareness, engagement, just because Reels are king of Instagram right now. They're being pushed out to everybody. You probably see them on your feed of people you don't follow, and you're like, what's this? And end up clicking on it. And if you're making your own, people will be doing the same for your account. So yeah, you're going to get definitely a higher reach when it comes to your brand exposure if you're using Reels. So the results right now are Reels are getting 22% more interactions on Instagram than other posts. So your photo posts are going to be doing less well than Reels, just because Instagram is saying Reels are where it's at right now. And then 2 billion people interact with Reels every month. So if you're not using your Reels, you're definitely missing out on a big amount of target audience that you could be reaching. Sorry, excuse me. So for our best practices and tips that we can give to you, don't use horizontal content in a vertical video format. It just makes your videos look smaller, and people are probably going to tend to scroll past them. We always recommend to edit at least one aspect within your Instagram. So that could be your text, recording within the app, adding an effect, the music, whatever it is. It just lets Instagram know that you're making it for Instagram and you didn't just download it from TikTok or YouTube and you're uploading it here. And then posting on your profile grid for at least 48 hours. I'll explain a little bit more about that later. And then the more reels you do, fewer photos. As I recommended, reels are just where it's at. And then the shorter the reel, the better. So you'll probably have seen a lot of reels that are maybe about 7 seconds long or less. And that's just because the more time somebody can watch it over, the more engagement you're going to get. Yeah. So how to go viral, which is where everyone wants to be. Your audio is so important on Instagram. If you're not using trending audio, you're probably losing out on reaching a lot more people than you could be. So we recommend always going through your explore page and seeing what reels are, reel sounds are being used. Those sounds are going to be trending as they're popping up on your page. You can see whether or not this person has gotten 100,000 likes, even 2 million likes, things like that. Those videos are probably the ones that are going viral as you don't follow those accounts and now they're popping up on your page. And our second tip is do not let your video quality suck. You need that video quality to be very high quality, and we'll show you how to do that even on your iPhone. Because nobody wants to watch a grainy video or see grainy photos in your reels. It just helps a lot when your quality is good. People want to watch your video and think, oh, this person is pretty professional at what they do, even if they're unsure about how to film and do that stuff. You're still going to look like a professional after this webinar. So our guide to creating reels, how to shoot and upload your videos. So first we recommend storyboarding. Storyboarding will allow you to kind of visualize what you want to create, the concept of your video. And we recommend picking your audio first. So as I said, if you're scrolling through your Instagram, you see a sound you like, you can go click the tab. You'll see the little photo in the left-hand corner of the bottom of the reel that you just clicked on. If you click that, you can see all the different videos that have been performing for that sound. That will allow you to see what's kind of trending in there. Is it photos being shown as like before and after for our designers? That's a big thing. Or is it somebody talking with the audio in the background, or a dance or something that you may not be using or want to use? So that will allow you to kind of storyboard with the sound of your choice, lets you know where you want to have all of those pieces come together. So then we're going to talk about aesthetic, because on Instagram, I would say Instagram is the most aesthetic platform. You want to see nice looking things. So your lighting is going to make or break your video. We want to make sure that it all depends on how your aesthetic is. So you could have a dark aesthetic, which is definitely in style right now, or you could have a light aesthetic, which I'll show you both right now. So your left side is your lighter aesthetics. You don't have to have this much saturation or this much color in your videos, but you can see that they're bright. It shows the color, and it's kind of drawing your eye in. And then these dark aesthetics on the right are also drawing your eye in, because you're like, whoa, this is so different. It kind of gives you that more luxurious, like expensive kind of vibe, if you know what I'm saying. But definitely figuring out where you want your aesthetic to be. That way, you know, hey, I want to shoot more with direct sunlight in front of me, or I want to record with a lower saturation so that it still has these colors, but it's darker and more mysterious. It's really up to you, but kind of picking one for your feed will help make it look very cohesive. So your composition, using the 3-grid rectangles to film on your phone or camera is going to help a lot, especially if you're not a professional. And making sure that your video is always 16:9 vertical format. So for your iPhone, when you're recording regularly, if you have, I believe, a iPhone 10 and up, it will automatically record 16:9. And then deciding on the composition of each clips before filming. So if you're going to be just filming kind of like people moving and you're not moving your screen, that's, you want to consider that. Or if you're going to be like moving along, your next clip, you want to be moving along too. So you kind of want to think about all of the ways that those are going to play in, making sure, you know what you want to like get done. So to toggle on the grid on your iPhone, you're going to go to settings. We just wanted to add these little things to kind of help you guys. So if you go to settings and then under camera, there's grid. I don't know if you can see this blue dot that I'm moving around, but it's on the right hand side under composition, you'll see grid. You just turn that on, and on the left side, you'll see this is what it will look like when you toggle it on. That way, the grid helps knowing where the center of frame is. If you want to keep things in the center, so say you have a product, you want to keep that in the center of people's vision. If you have 2 people, maybe you want to put your product in the middle and 2 people on the left and right rectangle sides. So that is something to keep in mind. So shooting your video, making sure it's very clear what your subject is. So again, for products, you want your product to be the center of attention. You don't want any clutter or distractions in the background. If you're an interior designer, you want to make sure your space is clean. You want to make sure that anything that's going to be recorded, that's going to show up in your video. You don't want to have to take the time to edit things out. So just making sure everything in your background is always clear and your subject is clear, no matter what it is. Even if it's you, making sure, you don't have the wind blowing your hair in your face and you are just the main attraction right there. So yeah. Now, so for more about shooting your video, as I mentioned, if you're promoting a product, you want that product in focus, using a beautiful background or a color background. If you're outside, it's great to use like nature in the background, kind of like blurring things in the background. It makes it look a lot more natural and real. People don't want to just see that, there's a white wall behind you and your product. They want to know how it could be used outside or where it can be used and things like that. So making sure you use a background that works with your product or your space, things like that. And if you're promoting design work, using high quality, simple slideshows of high quality photos are also very in style right now, which is great. There we go. So I mentioned editing within the app. I always say just a minimum of one element. You don't need to go overboard with doing the whole thing in app. If you want to record the whole thing in app, I definitely recommend that for beginners, because for our beginners, it's a little bit difficult to be editing outside of Instagram, kind of finding all of the elements within Instagram and then trying to include them. So doing all of your recording right within the app, putting your text right within the app, using any filters if you want to within the app, you can. We don't recommend using effects within the app too much, just like, like dog faces or things like that, effects that go on your face, they just end up looking unprofessional. We do recommend that you don't use things like that. If you would like to use the color gradations in the app, that is definitely a plus, especially if you're trying to go for that light or dark aesthetic, but definitely using one element within the app, just so Instagram, again, knows that you're creating this for Reels, which they definitely love. So posting your reel, the things that you need to use is tagging your target location. So if you're a designer from San Diego, you want to be tagging San Diego, California. If you're promoting your tech business in Florida, you want to be tagging wherever it is, South Florida. So things like that will reach your target audience, because Instagram will push it out to those locations. And people who are just looking through, hey, I'm trying to find something in San Diego, they'll be scrolling and maybe they don't know that they need an interior designer yet, but they come across your video and they're like, wow, I'm going to save this person for when I come out there and move out here, or I'm going to save this person because I need an interior designer now. So they might come in contact with you. Then relevant hashtags and trending hashtags. We always recommend using hashtags. It's kind of your in-app SEO, searchable kind of hashtags. People click on those to find what they need. It also helps because you're able to click on each one, and every time you click on one, it kind of pops up into other people's feeds more frequently, and people can follow those hashtags too. So again, if I'm using the interior design, if you do hashtag interior design, someone who's looking for interior design may come across your video. And then being short and concise with your captions. When you see a reel on the explore page that is not someone you know, you're going to tend not to open their caption. You're going to be more interested in watching what's in the video. So having it maybe one sentence, a call to action, something catchy, or just something a little bit about the video, that's going to be your best bet. And then if you want to add more for the people who do follow you or may happen to open your caption, you're more than welcome to do that. And we definitely recommend that, because there will be the chance that people do that. But for the people who are just skimming through videos, wanting to watch 14-second videos to turn their brain power off, they're going to read the first sentence and that's about it. So keeping it short and concise is the goal. For posting your reel, we always, as I said, want to make sure that it's high quality. So to the left, you can see in this first screenshot, when you go to post your reel, there's going to be at the very bottom a setting called advanced settings. When you click on that, the third toggle button will say data usage, high quality uploads, and you always want to make sure that's toggled on. I know for some devices, this is from my personal iPhone, some devices won't have this setting, but if you do have this setting, just always make sure it turns on, because it won't always stay on. Resolution tips. So you would think now that we have like 4K cameras and our iPhones can film 4K, that would be the best thing you could do, but actually 1080p is the most compatible for Instagram. If you're uploading a 4K video, it will tend to try to bring it down to a 10K video because that's what they say is compatible. But it will just end up making your video look grainy because they're trying to reduce your quality. So using a faster film frame per second on your iPhone or your camera is your best bet. iPhone's highest is 60 frame per second. I think some may go to 240 on the newer iPhones, but that's something that you should check. So to change your resolution on your iPhone for your camera, it's going to be automatically set to 1080p HD at 30 frames per second. You want to make sure it's at 1080p at the highest frame per second. So 60 frames per second is the highest one on here. For slow mo, 240 is the frames per second. That's where I was getting that from. So making sure that you go to your camera, record video, tapping 1080p HD at 60 frames per second. That's going to be your best bet. And then cutting your audio. So within the app, once you click your audio, if you're filming inside the app, you can cut your audio down, selecting the part of the song that you want to feature. So if you only want to do a 7-second video, you want to make sure that you're cutting your audio to 7 seconds. That way you're not filming over it. You know exactly which part of the song you want. You're not starting too soon or too late. And that's just important if you're filming within the app. You can always do that later if you're filming out of the app and pick that later. And then making sure that you don't forget to save your sound in your saved folder if you're filming outside of the app. This is so important. Us as social media managers, we lose sounds all the time because there are so many sounds and so many people will decide to upload a sound as their own. And then you don't know if that's the trending one on Instagram. It's just a sound that is trending. So making sure you're saving that to your folder. Instagram Reels makes it very easy to find those once they are saved. There's a little tab on the top left if you click sound or music, and it will pop up right there. You can just click play on each of your sounds to make sure it's the right one. So for speed tips, if you need to fit a lot of video in a short amount of time, you can change the speed. So the higher the number on the right side of your presentation right now. So if it's 1 time, so that's going to be your regular speed. 2 times, it's going to be faster. And so these are going to be and 4 times is going to be very fast. So if you want to capture, say, a whole sunset happening in maybe 10 seconds, you can put the 4 times on, let it record for 3 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. It's going to come back and it's going to be 4 times what it actually was in real life. And then if you want something to be slower, say you want the effect of like water splashing or something, you can go down and use those 0.5, 0.3, and that will help do some slow motion for you guys. And then recording tips. So all of this that I didn't mention, all of these screenshots, when you open Reels, all of these items are going to be right there for you. So you don't have to search for these. They're going to be on your left-hand side of your Reels recording. And you can click on any of those. It will open the second screenshot on the right that I am showing you guys. So yeah. And for all of your questions, I will get to those. Oh, whoops, there we go. At the end for the Q&A, so don't think I'm skipping any of your questions. I will answer all of those. But for a timer, you want to set a timer if you need to record yourself in app. That way you're not kind of taking your phone, setting it down. They can see all of that. You want it to be, hey, how are you guys? I'm right in front of the screen. I haven't needed to do anything. Makes it look a lot more professional. If you want, and this is especially great if you're recording without someone, if you want to set your timer, you just drag this pink slider up and down the little scale. It will play the sound as you slide it, and it will stop at the time that you finished it. So if you want to do a few clips of you talking, but you don't want to stutter like I am and get it all clean and concise, you can use that. It will have a 3-second countdown. If you click that 3 seconds on the very right side, you can change that to 10 seconds if you need to, run across the room and walk towards the camera and be like, hi, this is my kitchen, or whatever it is. So you have all of those options right there. Some more recording tips. Your rear camera is your best bet for filming better quality. Your front camera does not have the same quality as your back camera on your phone, no matter what phone you're using, whether it's Android, Samsung, iPhone, any phone, your back camera is always going to have better quality. It's just made to have that. So if you're looking to record yourself, I know front camera is always better because you want to see what you look like, what you're doing. But if you can, as much as possible, using your back camera. And then picking your lengths. So I mentioned that 15 minutes is the maximum that you can use for Instagram Reels. However, if you're filming inside the Instagram app, you can only film up to 90 seconds. If you're uploading a video outside of Instagram, it can be 15 minutes. However, we still don't recommend using that. Reels is just like TikTok, where people are using it to just swipe quickly. They are not there to watch a YouTube video. 15-minute videos should be on your YouTube channel if you have one, or if you want to have a lot of explanation about one thing, you can cut that down into shorter, smaller, more digestible clips for people. So when, again, you're in the app, you would click this button. It's typically set to 30 seconds. You click that button, and then you can pick whether you want to do 15 seconds, 30, 60, or 90. Again, right now, the shorter, the better for Instagram Reels. Some useful editing tips if you're looking to record, then edit, then upload. Splice is great for cutting videos together, rotating your shot so it fits that 16:9 ratio. CapCut is great for visual effects. So if you want to remove your background, if you want to add visual effects or filters, that's a great app. It's a little bit harder to use, but it's definitely also a great starter app, if that makes sense. iMovie and Adobe Premiere, if you want to edit on your laptop or computer, you can also use those to edit on your phone. It's just a little bit more difficult. If you use it on your laptop, they're pretty straightforward, at least iMovie is. Vixer is great for adding filters and words to your text. So if you don't like any of the font on Instagram, you're more than welcome to add your own text on a different app. And then VN is a very easy to use app for adding visual effects and titles. They just make it so simple for you guys. You can just edit each part of your video, add whatever visual effect that you want, and it makes it look very professional as well. So that's the end of our presentation. I wanted to say thank you to you guys. And if you need to get in touch, there's all of our website, Instagram, and email right there. But yeah, now it's question time.
That was quick. That was quick. You ran through it.
Sorry, I was a little nervous, a little speed through. So I'm happy to answer all questions because I know that was very fast and I can go back to any point in the slide.
Okay. So, awesome. Okay. So now is the time to pick brains, right? So there were a couple questions that came in and I'll start with those. Guys, put your questions down at the bottom. You'll see a Q&A tab. That's where I'm pulling all these from. But I see some of you did type out a lot of questions. And if I can, I'll get to those as well. Okay, so we'll start with Ashley Poe. Hey, Ashley, thanks for making it to the webinar. She wants to know, is there any way to make a successful reel without trending audio?
I would say your best bet is to use trending audio, but if, say, for example, you have a business account and you can't use copyrighted music to boost your reels or things like that, you're more than welcome to use any music, just using the other, ooh, I lost my voice.
It's all those nerves.
Using all of the other tips we gave you, such as your tagging your location, making sure that your caption is concise and using hashtags that are relevant to your post and who you're trying to target. that will make sure that you could have a successful reel. But right now, Instagram and TikTok are both using those trending sounds as a big plus in making sure that your reels and videos do well.
Ashley's also asking if we can give some caption examples. I know you had said to make it really brief so we can see, because you can only see so many characters of it.
Yeah, you can only see maybe like 15 characters, which is so short. So to make it short and concise, your best bet is asking a simple question like, what's your favorite part of this design? Or if it's about food, like, look how beautiful this food is. Just literally very simple, straight to the point, because Instagram will pick up on the fact that it's food, beautiful, yummy, whatever it is. They'll be like, this person's a foodie, so let's put it into their Instagram and things like that. So
yeah,
really like trying to write a sentence as if you were in middle school about your video.
right. Captions for fifth graders, right? Virginia, I'm not quite sure I understand your question, Virginia. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Virginia's asking, if we don't have a real camera, do you recommend the mirrorless? I'm not quite sure I understand that. A mirrorless camera is a real camera. I'm not quite sure if you could elaborate on that, Virginia, in the questions, unless you get it and I'm not getting it. Do you understand? No. Okay. Yeah. Could you elaborate, Virginia? We'll get back to that. All right. Audra is saying, I see reels not with music, but with sound bites. How do you do that? You know, when they have the little sound bites. It's wouldn't it be the same trending audio under the little sound bites? Like it might be something funny or people lip sync it or something. Okay.
So those will still be in the trending sounds and music. It's considered a sound or music. You'll just find that under when you're scrolling through those kind of voiceovers and things like that you're looking for. Instagram doesn't split them up into different categories, which is a little bit annoying. It would be nice if they did have a tab for those, but those are definitely trending. If you want to use those, just using it as kind of like, I would record your video first and then put it in if you're trying to like have your sound in there. If not, I'm not sure what you mean. How do you do that? But
I think the question was, how do you find the trending sound bites? Is that the same as the trending music? Yeah. And are they found the same way? If I'm not correct, just let me know.
Yes, it's found the same way. Okay,
cool. Let's see, Wendy. Hey, Wendy. Let me see where I lost my, okay. Can you go through and maybe set up a test reel as an example? We might have some time for that, but that takes a second. Let's see. Let's get some other questions. If we do have some time at the end, maybe we'll take a stab at that. Anonymous attendee, very mysterious. Do you know when Instagram is coming out with the scheduling features? Her free trial, or his or her free trial with Later is up in 2 days.
Actually, their scheduling feature is already out.
Okay, cool.
You can only use that on your desktop. So if you're recording something, uploading that to your desktop, under the Meta Business, it will have an option for your Instagram. I believe you do have to have a business account to use that. And then, you'll be able to schedule reels within that, yes. But it won't have the audio. They don't have an audio tab in there. So it is still your best bet to kind of create your videos, draft them when you're ready to post them, kind of set a reminder for yourself and post those just within the app. I think they're going to try to get it so that you can use all of the features that you want to be using.
Andrew's asking, can anyone get a creator account to be able to use the trending sounds? Whoops. Another question came in to bump me, Andrea. Sorry. Can anyone get a creator account to be able to use the trending sounds, or do you have to meet certain requirements for the creator account?
Creator accounts are for everyone. So no matter what you are, if you're a business or just somebody who wants to create content, you can have a creator account. Business accounts are a little bit different, but it's great for everyone. I definitely recommend If you're not going to have a business account, have a creator account. You can put what you are. You can say, hey, I'm a digital creator, or you can do something funny like, your shop, whatever it is. But that will draw people to you. You can even say that you are an interior designer or you're this or that, and that will help bring people to your page and let Instagram know what kind of content you'll be making.
Ren Miller is asking, is it a bad idea? Oh, I got bumped again. To have two people in a 90-second clip, for example, a designer and a homeowner talking about a particular room?
I would say that's honestly great. Kind of introducing those people at first, at the start of your video, and then doing one person and then another person, just so people can see, hey, let me wait for the second person rather than having one person and then it jumps to the next person and people have already skipped the video. That way you can say, hey, I'm the homeowner and I'm the designer and this is how we work together. And then stop your video, start your next clip, and the homeowner says, this is what I wanted and this is what I thought would be best. And then the designer comes in and says, these are the elements that I use to do this,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think content wise, that's a really smart idea too. People love to see that, especially future potential clients that, they want to see that. They want to see how you solve that problem. Adina, she was invited to monetize her Instagram Reels. Is it worth it?
So for Instagram Reels, you can really, really do really well with your Reels.
No pun intended.
Without boosting your Instagram Reels. It's also, Instagram makes it very difficult to boost Instagram Reels just because a lot of the audio is copyrighted for the monetization tools, which you won't know until you try to boost it. I have been
Right.
recommended to boost my own Instagram Reels and they say, you can't boost this one. And I'm like, why did you give me an ad to boost a reel that I can't boost?
That's a great tip, but I think Adina was asking, how Instagram is putting out the, hey, if you create reels, we'll pay you the monies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, you can definitely do that. You'll definitely, it's a good thing. I just don't know if it's like TikTok. TikTok allows you to do that at a certain amount of followers, but then they reduce your traction and your engagement by putting your thing less in the feed. So if you don't really need the money, I would say don't do it unless you have a huge following and you're going to get those views regardless. Just because I worry that they might take away some of what they would typically push out for your video.
Okay. Kate Duffy says, what is the easiest way to find a trending sound or video? And she's aware that the arrow in the bottom left indicates it, but any other clues other than looking on the Explore page?
There are Instagram accounts. I use them a lot that are basically like trending audio Instagrams, and they will have examples of what are trending now and how to record a video for that trending sound. So that's a really easy, quick tip to get started on using trending sounds, is finding a trending audio page. I think there's one called like trending.audio, and it will just show you a bunch of different videos and reels that they created themselves. You can click on that audio to see if it actually is trending, what's the highest amount of likes and views that people are getting, and what type of videos are being created for that audio.
All right, cool. We'll get back to Virginia's question about the mirrorless cameras. So, Virginia, I have a mirrorless camera here, but I think for creation for reels, I mean, are we recommending doing like DSLR mirrorless camera, like a full, or smartphones better for that?
So it doesn't really matter if you're really trying to get that high quality. Of course, you can use your DSLR. Your 1080 is going to look a lot better on a DSLR than a phone. The only issue with that is that most DSLRs don't record in the 16:9 ratio. So you're going to have to make sure when you record, you're kind of recording a little bit farther back so that when you do crop that video, it will be in that ratio. Using a mirrorless camera or non-mirrorless, it doesn't really matter as long as you can have that 1080p at the highest quality of that camera, is my recommendation.
Cool. That's the extent of my photography knowledge, Virginia. And I will do, this is kind of a two-parter. If you have an Instagram business account, do you need to change it to creator account in order to get the trending music?
I believe as long as you're not using it as an advertisement and using the ad features on Instagram, you can still use trending audios within your business account.
Just as an aside, I used to have a creator account. I have a business account now. It's much better, especially if you have third parties manage your stuff for you. See, Audra, how do reels go viral? What does that even look like?
Reels going viral is, you just won't expect it. It's definitely like, you'll post a reel that you've worked an hour on and it will get, the same engagement as one of your photos. And then one that you did for like 3 seconds, it could go viral in an instant. I posted a reel like last year, and I maybe had 1,000 followers. I got 59,000 views on the reel. I was not expecting it at all, but that's what it going viral will look like. I didn't get that many comments or anything like that, but I got a ton of likes, a ton of views. And yeah, it will just kind of help draw engagement. People will follow you from that because they're going to be like, wow, this person makes interesting content, or they have a business that I'm interested in using.
Yeah, it's not an overnight thing for sure. And just because you're not getting likes or follows necessarily, if you check those reach numbers and how it's about brand awareness as well, you're just kind of starting to put into the silly putty that is the brains of your potential clients that you exist. So it takes a while. It is a little bit of it takes a while. So to answer what Virginia's saying, so if we switch over to a creator account, does it mean starting over? No. You'll still keep your followers. You won't be starting over. It just changes the status of your Instagram account. Do we have any more questions? Do we have time, Lila? I don't know, because I am the head Wingnut and I do the podcast, but I do not create content. Are we able to show them how to create a reel real quick from desktop, or is that a thing that we can do?
I'm not sure from desktop. I can try to show you on my phone. Just like going through the steps of where to find everything that I kind of showed you. Like,
sure, if you think your camera will pick it up, we could try that. Because I know that's something that Wendy asked. We'll see what we're able to accomplish. If it won't translate, then
let's see if I can turn my background off. Maybe that will.
Any other questions that you have here? We do still have some time with regards to reels. Just throw them in that Q&A. I'm happy to answer them. Let's see.
So when you first open your Instagram, let's see, does it need to be right here? I'll put it right behind me. When you first open your Instagram, this very middle button, that's going to be your Reels tab. So if you click that, your Reels are going to show up. And then if you want to create your own, there's a little camera button right there. You click the camera button, and based off the audio that you were just watching your video, you can add that audio just by clicking that.
And let me interrupt you really quick. Stop your screen share so they can see you and not just like a little tiny screen. Yes. So okay. And then we can restart it for the end. Please stand by. There we are. Okay.
There we go. So, okay, hopefully you can see a little bit better now. Sorry, I know this is a pain. But once you have this tab open, you're going to see all of those little things that I mentioned on the side. So the top one is to change your audio, then your speed. If you want to add different frames, so you can have 2 different frames, you would click the layout mode. You have your timer that I mentioned, and then the dual camera is, you're going to see the background and your front facing camera. I don't recommend using that feature quite yet. It doesn't really help you with anything other than recording yourself while recording something else. But yeah, then all you do is once you want to record, you just click that and
It's
it will
like magic.
yeah, you can hear the sound while you're recording of whatever audio you picked. So that way, if you want to do something specifically, cut it at a certain point, you can do that and hear all of that right there.
Very similar to TikTok. You can share your screen again so we can wrap it up. Yeah. Any other questions before we bid adieu and say, okay, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can watch the rest? Let's see. We do have a question here, but it's in the, let's see. Yeah. Let's see. So it says, I think the trending music has to do with the category you selected, not your type of account. Forgive me, it's Orlua is saying that in the comments there, and forgive me if I'm butchering your name.
Trending audio, depending on what you're already liking, will be different for every person. But that's kind of great because then the people you're following, your target audience, those are the audios that they're using. And those are the ones that you want to be using too. So it doesn't really matter either way if you're using, trending audio for just your page or for everyone. It should kind of cycle into everyone's eventually if it's getting that popularity in your demographic already, which is what you want.
All righty, cool beans, guys. Thank you. Let me see if we have any more. Thank you so much for attending. We hope you enjoyed this webinar and it's answered some questions for you. It's a lot of work, right? It's a full-time job. If you need to delegate that, you know where to look, wingnutsocial.com. That's what we do. Thank you so much for those of you who subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's my new baby. I love it. Look, see my little green screen background. I know it's blue, but there's really a green screen behind me. I appreciate it so much. And I think that's it. Emily, do we have anything else before we wrap up?
No, we went over everything. Very good.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. You have an amazing rest of your week. We love you and you're the best.